Good evening. Today, we address the staggering decline of our ocean's biodiversity, specifically, the crisis of overfishing. We've reached a point where industrial fleets are removing fish faster than populations can naturally replenish. Now, many people, policymakers included, propose solutions that look good on paper but fail in practice. For instance, some economists suggest that if they increase prices on rare species, demand will naturally drop. However, in reality, this often backfires. Higher prices can actually incentivize illegal poaching because the profit margins become so lucrative. On the opposite end of the spectrum, radical environmental groups argue that the only way to save the ecosystem is if they stop fishing entirely. While well-intentioned, this is economically impossible for the millions of people in coastal communities who rely on the sea for their primary protein and livelihood. Then we have the commercial pressure. Some industry lobbyists argue that the economy would actually stabilize if they sell more fish, the idea being that higher volume compensates for lower individual value. This, of course, is a direct path to total ecological collapse. The real answer, however, lies in the gray area of international law. Fish do not recognize national borders. A tuna might migrate through the waters of 5 different nations in a single month. Therefore, it is useless for one country to implement strict quotas if its neighbor continues unregulated harvesting. We will only see a measurable recovery in our oceans if they cooperate with each other. What we need is a unified, cross-border framework where nations share data, synchronize their closed seasons, and jointly police international waters. Without this collective synergy, individual efforts are just drops in a very large and increasingly empty bucket. It is no longer about what a single nation can do. It is about the strength of the alliance.